Ka, chieftain. I have gathered the lore about all clans as you asked. Excellent work, Utak. Although we do know most of our clan's history, it's important to preserve it on the onset of the wars to come. The Black Rocks of Golgrond have suffered heavily during the First War with the humans. The clan and the Horde in general was almost led to ruin by the ruthless yet careless Black Hand the Destroyer. If it weren't for Orgrim Doomhammer, who killed Black Hand and took leadership of the clan and the mantle of the Warchief of the Horde, all would have been lost. Orgrim, however, led the Orcs to victory against the humans of Azeroth. Now, Doomhammer and the Black Rocks lead the front against the united human kingdoms, and the other clans follow, without hesitation. Being originally a part of the Black Rocks, this elite cadre of Orcs splintered off from the main clan before coming to Azeroth, and was helmed by the Black Hand brothers Rind and Maim. At first serving as scouts and outriders, the Black Tooths quickly gained fame for their brutality and effectiveness in completing tasks flawlessly. Doomhammer assigned the clan to protect and overlook the Dark Portal, and send them off on secret missions as well. The Bleeding Hollow of Tunan Jungle embodies the unrelenting savagery required for many long years of successful Orcish warfare. Kilrog and his clan proved many times that superstition and barbaric practices are not an obstacle in the field of battle, and Doomhammer fully trusts Kilrog of safeguarding vital operations within the lands of Azeroth. A newly formed clan, Gul'dan managed to scrape whoever's left of his demon-ridden dogs known as the Shadow Council, to help make his promise to Doomhammer into reality. Being kept on a short leash, Gul'dan is closely watched by our spies and informed the Warchief of his activities continuously to avoid the mistakes Black Hand made in the First War. The Burning Blade is not a clan as much as it's an elemental force of nature, chaotic and unpredictable. The Burning Blade is a brotherhood of demented orcs, whose only objective is to raise and plunder with no regard for their own safety. This leaderless swarm is held in check by the ogres, to be unleashed by the clans in times of urgent duress. The Burning Blade holds loyalty to no one, and will attack any that they perceive to be a threat, even their fellow orcs. The Twilight Hammer originally started off as a gathering of fanatical pale orcs who were touched by the void and became mad and obsessed with oblivion. These mindless dogs were very hard to control and almost cost us the First War, until the Ogre Magi Cho'Gall stepped in and helped oversee them. Now, these mad orcs have a somewhat organized formation, but being closely tied to Gul'dan and his Stormreavers, we still don't fully trust their sanity and their loyalty. Being one of the oldest clans on Draenor, these Golgrond natives practiced beast mastery by befriending the flying predators we call Rylads. Chieftain Zuluhat followed Black Hand into Azeroth and served him faithfully during the First War. Honoring his word, he swore fealty to the new Warchief and pledged himself and his clan into Black Hand's son's service. The Frostwolves of Frostfire Ridge were an honorable clan who fiercely protested against the Orc submission to the Fel, and for that they were banished before the First War even began. But that wasn't enough for the Shadow Council and Black Hand, who sent assassins to finish off the clan for good. They managed to kill the chieftain Durotan, his mate, and his son. But the rest of the clan survived and are living in exile away from prying eyes. To honor his late friend's memory, Doomhammer ordered the Horde to let the Frostwolves live in peace and away from bloodshed, and holds no obligation to serve the Horde. I may have disagreements with Doomhammer, but I agree that we shouldn't have delivered ourselves to the demons, and the Frostwolves were right to object. What about those clans who stayed on Draenor, Rutok? What can be said about them? Let me see. The Mystic and Star-Charting Shadow Moons served as the most respected of Orcish shamans in Draenor. Led by the wise and all-seeing Ner'zhul, the Shadow Moons were forced into submission by Gul'dan and his Shadow Council, and were ordered to remain behind to watch over the rest of the clans that were left on Draenor. The nomads of Nagran, known as the War Songs, are famous for their blood-curdling war cries while in the heat of battle. Led by ferocious Grommash Hellscream, they were ordered to stand down and remain on Draenor by Black Hand, shortly before the invasion of Azeroth began. They are part of the reserve forces that are eagerly waiting for the Horde's command for backup. The Thunderlords of Frostfire share strong ties with the Black Rocks of Glowgrond to the east and Frostwolves to the west. Being led by the former Frostwolf, Fenris son of Garad, the Thunderlords pride themselves of being giant slayers and wouldn't think twice of fighting any enemy that might threaten them. These treacherous and mistrusted band of thieves are looked down upon by the clans of Draenor. Known for their skull masks that adorn their faces, the Laughing Skull are masters of hit-and-run tactics. These misfits were originally slaves of the ogres residing in High Maul, serving as gladiators, killing and dying for the spectators, until their leader Kargoth Bladefist rose in rebellion and destroyed his ogre masters. Now, using a crude and savage ritual by cutting off their hands as a sign of loyalty to the clan, the Shattered Hand eagerly ache for the pain and suffering they wish to inflict upon others as they love inflicting it upon themselves. The ravaging, cannibalistic warriors of the Bone Chewer clan are well respected by the rest of the Horde, ornamenting themselves with the broken bones and ruined organs of their enemies. The Bone Chewers inspire fear and terror in all who behold them in battle, but should be carefully held in check, otherwise they might have ideas of devouring their fellow orcs.